Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. Last time we left off, we were talking to, I believe it was, no, you were in the classroom. Yeah, that's what I remember. Okay, so it's in time, and let's get into this. And the final belt, God. Oh, no. Okay, when the battlefield sounds, I realized that there was is still time left today, and I'm still able to. It's odd that at the hospital I have 24 hours a day for free time, but here feeling gets a bit shorter hours to feel difficult. Everyone else leaves, and I'm left alone with the teacher. Luto's examining the assignment sheets we were working on earlier, marking them with the red bell pen. Raising in his eyes from a paper, briefly he noticed me and Ferris's barrel. What is it, Naki? And jump at him, addressing. He jumped! Let's jump the TT! Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's jump him. Everyone, let's jump this teacher. Addressing me, but I guess it's natural to spark on some conversations. This is nobody else around. Nothing. Thinking about what I do after school. The teacher slowly puts the cap back on the pen he's holding in a range. His papers is to a stack collecting against the text twice. Seems very methodical, and for a brief moment I'm reminded of the Shinshuni, but the teacher is more unhurried and relaxed, much more routine. Do you have no plans? No, because this ginger joining a club, but don't know what kind of club would interest me. Go observe a meeting of someone else's club might pique your interest, I guess. I don't know how to continue from there. Macho looks at me in a way that makes me quickly want to take the words back to avoid conversation. But I can't, so I have to forge any head. I just don't know how to deal with people. I mean, the other students. I'm talking to people and everything, so it's not that I isolate or anything. I just don't know what to think about it. The disability is like it feels that I'm being impolite if I pay attention to them, and it's weird to ignore them. Damn if I do, damn if I don't. The teacher scratches his cheek. I'm been literally. That's totally how you say the word. Like very important. A person. These things are only an issue if you make them one. You can talk normally with someone even if they are blind or some. Try to look behind the superficial. There's not a single student here who isn't just a normal kid behind whatever that meant, seeing at first glance. It's just the same thing as Yugo did. I know they're right, but it's hard. How can you not consider, for example, Senchuni's defenses? Oh, deafness. When the only way to communicate with her is talking through Misha. Or Hanako. It's not like you can know her face, but I meant to rumor to by the door of the classroom someone silently open. Teacher! Misha crushes fast as saying, hands straight in, and interrogating, greeting in her voice loud and lively enough to walk the dead from the graves. She starts towards the teacher's nexus with her bouncing steps, hands energetically with the rhythm. Muto Visibly dismayed at the interruption, and Misha in general slumps her in his chair. Mikto. Misha stops in her tracks and looks around cluelessly as if she's seeing from his tone that something is wrong, but has no idea what. Yes? We have to talk about volume control before. Yes. But she doesn't lower her voice at all, and the teacher just rubs his eyes. So what is it? We need help. We are running out of supplies for the festival stands. This is a disaster. She waves a pink slip of paper she's holding around. So go get more supplies from the art room. What's the problem with that? Please, Please. So is the problem. Last time when we wanted more, there was only a little, but at that time we just took it all and went with that. Now there's like none left there. So do you know what this is? I don't understand. How would I know? Shinchan, I mean the president of the teachers would know if there's a play was wrong. Muto looks like he's great pain fellow with this entire and Misha doesn't get it all. Looking at the two of them communicate is terrible. Like looking at the man being tortured by drilling his skull open while blasting pop music at a volume at the same time. I'm afraid I have no idea if there is any plywood in the school. I don't know where would it be if there was any. What should I do? Perhaps try to find Mr. Nomiya. I'm quite sure he will know where to find everything you need. You have to pray them for cold, dead hands, but that's a different matter. I don't have time. We're so busy. She holds her hands with both of her hands, looking as despairing as it possible for a person like her without even noticing she clumps the notes she's holding against her hair. I shouldn't be fetching these things. There's so much to do and we are failing behind the schedule. Muto looks at her gravely and then suddenly smiles. Smiling doesn't really fit his face. I think it better if you didn't. I wonder if you could get some temporary help. He's just staring at me focusly with a hand expression as if he's trying to say, go make some friends. Guess I could give you a hand. You can't thanks, St. John. You're really nice. Yeah, but, where's my deaf queen? Where is she? Where is my deaf queen? Where is she? She pauses, does a double take on them, points at me with her finger, yelping, ah, and looking very puzzled. Come to think of it, what's Heecheon doing here? Class is so over, you should be having fun. We just had a little chat. Oh no, it's not detention, is it? Are you in trouble, Heechan? No, I'm not. Is Heechan in trouble, teacher? No, he's not. Yes. Okay, so I said I wasn't in trouble. So why would you ask the teacher the same question if you know I was not in trouble? So stupid sometimes. Mito says desperately, and I feel that I have had helped Misha to get her off. The teacher's back. So what do you need? Is it less like I try to find a playbook for someone, but if there's none in the art room? She offers me the note she's holding me. I take a hesitating a bit. I said I help you. That's a snow and plank should wait there. I'm joining the council or not. Ah, still thanks. Trying to be quick. We are still building streak. Now, we must now hurry, hurry, hurry. She bounces out of the classroom, leaving me and the teacher looking at each other with something that feels like a silent agreement. Well, there you have it, Naki. You have something to do now. Please don't sound so smug. Looking at the list with the number of items ranging from a paint to the plywood, all written with a small, neat handwriting. This is absolutely St. Jude's High outside. I'll be going then. Waving a long list of supplies to the teacher, I exited the hall. The classroom classes charts of the distinguished to belong to the classes 3-1 and 3-2 on the right side, and the 3-4 on the left side. Each door looking exactly the same. Further down the corridor, still with the identical door, are rooms that I don't think we were used for classes. I guess the ELR room is not a classroom as such. I carefully push open the first door and peek in. It's a classroom, but it seems rather badly kept or not in use. And am I in the right place? Desks and chairs are all over the room. Nothing leader of desk cell is on them. There are some easily in the corner. So at least this looks like the right place. The room is flushed in sunlight from the double windows, shadows creeping all over the desk. Speaks up dust dancing in the straight air, making the beams of light almost visible. Jokingly, I call into the other room. Anybody home? Someone catches my eye and I stop mid-sentence. Sitting on the desk, a short-haired girl, casually wearing a boy's uniform with a fork between her toes. Much of her fork stuck firmly to the end. This odd way of dimming seems to be caused by her apparent lack of hands. Her precious hair is what makes me aback even more. How did I miss her before? She's sitting in the corner, very still, but still somehow took her as part as the fisherman or the statue at first glance. I'm not being too observant today, asshole. The girl seems to be in frozen places, staring at me with her huge eyes, like I haven't rabbit in highlights. She's staring at me, with her mouth wide open, ready to accept the fork. I'm staring at her, my mouth wide open, suddenly remembering I didn't finish my sentence and trying to think if I should. This weird sound that kisses both stunned into silence, punctured only by the wall clock ticking rhythmically. Hello? The girl stuffed the fork filled in her mouth, and now is staring at me, especially expectantly while chewing. This is a bit awkward. Hello? I was told to pick some supplies from here for summer festival stalls. I didn't think there would be someone here. There isn't. That's why I come here too. She picks up another forkful. How? Like how? She doesn't have hands. How does she pick up the fork for you? Ow! That's impossible! Whatever. She raises her eyes, bro. She was suspecting my investment test was false. You're pretty abusive. I guess it does. But who are you? The girl is pretty straightforward. This is she. Naki. Yisho Naki. I just transferred in on Monday. I'm Rin. Tusaka Rin. Rin Tuska. I want to shake hands with you. She doesn't have hands. How the weird is she can hold my hands? I would make a joke, but I don't want to. I was saying in my head. But at least we know who we are now. That's very nice. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't laugh, but bruh, how? How did she make it this far? The deeper matter of talking it makes it hard to determine whether she's joking about shaking hands or not. It kind of bothers me joke about this matter, but doesn't feel appropriate at all. Yo, wait, hold on, no. I got this, guys. We gotta make a good first impression. Oh, whoops, that's, hold on. Alright, okay, wait, hold on. Okay, okay, here it is, romantic music, okay, okay. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Wait. Hold on. No. Like, here's my apology. Here's my apology. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and if you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Ah! Oh, she didn't find that funny. Um, sorry. Look. Okay, girl, listen. I know you didn't even find that funny, but listen. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Stop! Can I continue my lunch if you don't mind? I won't mind you. Get your stuff that supplies at the back. Go right ahead, but lunch was already over for the day. What word would you use then? There is no word for a meal you eat after lunch but before dinner, right? It bothers me very much too, but I don't really know what I should say. I don't think that you're supposed to eat a meal between lunches. But I'm hungry now, and my delicious boxed lunch won't go to waste otherwise. So she likes to eat. Oh my god. Another carrier to that loves to eat. At least the Gore Cab doesn't have to worry about her taking her food. Okay, I'll stop. I'll stop. I promise, hand on my heart, I promise from this day on, I will no longer make fun of her. Okay, I promise. I have a curry, it's very delicious. It's very much delicious. When it once again Skip picks up the fork. How? How? She doesn't have hands! How is she doing that? How? Between her toes. Of course. And with at least how much she points out straight at me. Snarky, what brings you this place? Bro, this looks so weird. Bro, this looks weird. Like I said, I was told to look for these things. No, the school food from outside and you look fine. It's your problem inside. Come to a full stop. Open my mouth but not getting the word out. I could guess I'm gonna guess it, but then must please you. My cuts me off before I can answer her question or skirt around it somehow. I don't know which I would have done. I was in front of the issue again. I have even told anyone here about my condition, or maybe it's only because it hasn't really come up. I do get the feeling like that not making any issues of this part of the social code here, as the teacher said. I wonder if the people here could relate. Probably not any better than any could. I can't really distinguish primary schools or leave this easier. National. While I go through to this in my hand, where it keeps considering what my condition could be. With with the look at the look on our face. She puts her forks between her lips. I didn't know she was flexible. She was her her little leg must be going like. Oh my god! I'm trying to do it. Oh, oh, oh. I can't do it. Damn it. Whatever. She puts her drooping lips and leans back, looking at the ceiling as if the answer was wearing up there. A beam of light illumines her face from the window side, creating a mask of darker shadow on the outside. I don't think it's anything in your head, and something in your guts would be boringly underlying like this lunch of mine was delicious. The one must be in your pants. I beg your pardon? What? My pants? What? Yo, what? Does he? Oh my god. This Michelle will have a. Oh my god. In my pants? What could be my. Oh! Oh, I just got. What? There's something wrong with my pants. Um, huh. Wait. Does this character have a football? Does the protagonist have a? Oh my god! I know. No. I'm taking a picture. Bro, I'm saying this is group chat later. Oh my god! What? Yo! That's crazy, bro. This messed up Sherlock Holmes kind of statement and the sheer lack of the tech it was delivered with the catches completely off guard. I think I might have reeled back even physically as written eyes wide and a lip flushing empty. So I was right. There's something wrong with your tackle, isn't there? Still potentially shocked, recognizing the need to reply something. I spit out the first thing that I could think of. No, nothing like that. I have a hard problem. I said it. More like blurted it out. But I said it. The girl in front of me presses her lips together and glosses her at me. Looking very disappointed. I didn't do anything. Why are you disappointing me? This is our first time meeting, by the way, and you are disappointed at me. Damn, that's crazy. How boring. Trouble in the pants. Stop saying them, please, bruh. What? Trouble in my pants. Yo, this game is crazy, but I love it. Oh my god. Bro, what is the game, bro? What is this game? Whatever movement was such a. What's with this reaction? I'm starting to learn to sit down. I forgive you. Just, I collect people in person with you. You know, that kind of problem would have been really great. Collect people. People with different problems. Huh. So you just like go around asking people what's wrong with them. Pretty much. I see. Hmm. So, did you lose your arms in an accident? Or did they just fall off? What? How would they fall off? With a little left to say, Marine removes left the conversation dies away, but I keep thinking about what's said. It's the first time I told anyone else about my condition. All the other people have either known about it already or heard about it from someone else. Or didn't even know about it, like everyone ever is doing so far. Sure, I've told her that it's not part of the nutrition, it's a aspect of me. Hi, I'm Show. I have a very serious heart condition. So I'm supposed to go around disability well from now on? So if our disabilities would define us, what a disgusting thought. Maybe this is Tuska girl. Just this is in national judicial sessions. As I walked to the back of the room to pick up time, as ambitious list, a chance opens the study ran from the corner of my eye. Her hair is blunt, a burn, almost orange, and cropped short, long hair would probably be impossible in no arms. The boy uniforms and the lack of arms. Lack of arms? She has no arms, mister. What are you talking? She's not particularly pretty. Well, damn. It was so straightforward with that. Just, just pulled the bullet. He just pulled the bullet and said, boom, she's not pretty. Bruh, yeah, she's not pretty. No hesitation. I'm pretty sure you say that to a girl in real life, she would slap you. That's my opinion. Except for her green eyes, which flickered bristling from below her short bangs, even if she eats. The distance in the shadow makes it seem like they don't reflect sunlight at all, but instead absorb all of it within them, the balls. She moves with her feet, almost as different as a normal person would use her arms. Yeah, well, she does have arms. However, I can see how this sight could discomfort people, especially while eating it. Makes me feel a bit uncomfortable at least. I instituted to think about the word unnational, but it's too late, isn't it? I keep searching the cabbages shelves from each of things, but after enough time passes, the silence grows too uncomfortable, so I try to force the conversation out of this strange girl. So do you always eat alone endlessly? Or do you go on occasional visitors? Maybe you're my first occasional visitor, but I don't always eat alone either. Sometimes I eat a week with a certain person on the roof if she's not horsing around. Horsey? Where's Scholarship? Where? Someone said horse. I gotta make sure Goldship does appear and drop kept giving me my face. Oh, Goldship. Oh, wait. Goldship doesn't exist in this universe. So good. Oops, I'm just kidding. She likes to do sports. Oh, and that's all I could think to say. Both of us fell silent again as when forks the last piece of her. I guess still. But I'm still trying to imagine how that works. Like, bro, that's probably what looks so creepy because she doesn't have arms. So, like, bruh, does she just lift up the leg to her mouth? Like, oh wait, she doesn't have arms. How is she gonna do that? Unless she lifts up her leg. Like, ugh. I looked on my home, double check it. Vicious list. It seems I have everything expected except plowing. So I think I have all the things now. It's very nice for you. Don't feel linger to this day. I was about to take a nap anyway. Damn. Okay. Gosh. You need to do whatever you're going to do with that stuff for animals, right? Or perhaps you like to watch girls sleepy. Eh? I'm not sure what to make of this, but Ren looks serious. I don't good. I think I have to get be going. I'll catch you around, Tisco. You could call me Ren. I feel it. That our relationship is disappointing enough to warrant this much. As I return to make my exit, but she draws me back in. Fine. Then I'm Hey Shell. And you are. And looks at me hard in the eyes, but the intimidating feeling you get when someone stares at you is there. It's like she's obviously not. Oh, she blinks a couple of times, but and I can figure out why a pause like this just pops between us out of nowhere. See you later, Heisha. There's something like a tiny smile there in her face, maybe. I calmly back out of the room as I shut the door in front of my face. I whisper to myself, "What an intangible person." From inside, I heard a muffled sing voice. I heard that. What did she hear? A drop at the sign appearing Misa, who were right now approaching despite completely on the hallway. Oh, you guys expect me to be scared? Okay, I'm scared. Ah! Somehow she got to jumping to distance to me without making a sound. Creepy. It briefly reminds me of Kenji's 90th year bear global feminist comic conspiracy, but I pushed it through that aside. There she is, my death queen. Yes, thank you, God. There she is. All right, this episode's about to be good. There she is, my death queen. No, more importantly, who's in there? So helping me stay. She tries to quickly peek past me, even though the door prevents her from seeing anyways. What are you doing here? It took so long that we had to come and check what's wrong. That's not good, Hee-chan. She wags her fingers at me scornfully. I found plainly wood, but everything else is still missing because you are tardy. Sorry, I got things here. We was just going to bring them. I think you were up to some mischief, Hee-chan. Who's in there with you? I always wonder. Isha sat and something quickly disappeared, pointing at her own ear a couple of times. Visually eventually pushes her way past me and opens the door to the closet I just left. I can only imagine the shock she's feeling. With distinction to that delicateness and attitude, the answer should down to Defiance school, but properly by sleeping on top of too much bear. Oh, she's blushing. And indeed, she stares at her brim, frozen in place, apart from the slight but noticeable trembling of her shoulders from surprise rage, I'm sure. Instead of blowing up, Senju just takes a first few takes a few deep breaths, adjusts her glasses, and slams the door shut, turning this time forcefully on Misha. Maybe she did blow up, but I can't understand it. She shot a very loaded stare at me too, as if it was somehow my fault that we're sleeping on one of the tables. Oh, but she's not getting any funny ideas about the rest of the turners. Hello? Ren's voice comes from the other side of the door and it takes a few eye blinkings to realize she might have trouble opening it. I opened the door to find Ren directly behind it, looking at us with a half interest, half sleepy face. Hello? Miss Tuska, what do you think you were doing? You absolutely are not permitted to use school property for such a disgraceful activity. It sure is suddenly very crowded in here. I didn't know that was popular. So they say whether she's happy or unhappy that they turn this town of events. At any rate, she ignores Shinji and Misha scolding, so they have no choice but to drop the issue. Senshi taps Misha's shoulders, points at Rin, and makes some quick signs. Popularity is sign. Please don't do that anymore. Anyway, how is your project going? Will it be done for the festival? Rin looks at them blankly, apparently uneasy at the price of the Shinshu's cold stare is putting on her. Keep wondering about that my suit too. And, well, to think about it hard, Misha shy signs and will reply to Senju. Her face turns into an unsatisfied frown. Alright! Do not make my deaf queen upset. Miss Tuska, please try to take this seriously. It will be a disaster if the wall looks like someone threw open their lunch onto it. We're not as trophy. Well, think more seriously. Misha actually giggles at that, but Senju doesn't not even ever tries to she just shakes her head, takes the materials from me, and takes off with Misha and Ta. Ren frowns thoughtfully. She looks at after the betraying Tune's concept duo. How rude. It's true though. Must finish my project before the weekend. There will be a direct consequence if I don't. In the world as we know, like weekends, we should hear more dear. Much more daring. Maybe I'll postpone my nap for too long. For some future. About that X, what project she has, what the public consequence, but she walks back to the classroom. She have nothing to do. Would you give me a hand? I'm trying to move my hand because she has no hands, so I'm trying to remove my own hands so that way she could have one. This paint can doesn't fit into my bag, but I need it. She kicks lightly on a huge can of paint that's lying on the floor next to the table she was sitting and sleeping on. That's our dual claim. Being the gentleman, and I might actually pick it up. Heavy. Yeah, sure. What do you need to take it away? With that, she takes off to the hallway. Me and the paint can following since there's little choice for either of us. The hallway is quiet and empty now with Sinju and Misha gone, so we two leave towards the stairwell and the other end. Every 10 or 15 or 20 steps, I have to change the cane from one hand to another because the thin handle cuts into my palm. At least it keeps my arms from betraying too fast. One strolls on beside me with an uneven pace that I have to trouble matching, or maybe I am walking weird because of the extra weight. It seems one of us is consistently walking too slow or too fast, and I can't figure out which. Two flights of stairs below, trouble appears in the form of the hand. Nurse and his fox look grim. Ah, Mr. Nakar. What a happy coincidence. Tuska, too, of course. He nods, contrary to Ren, who does not acknowledge him back, then turns to me because obviously it's me and who had some business with. There's something I forgot to mention on Monday. And on and wait impatiently because I can't even begin to guess what he forgot. The feeling of the handle dissolving deeper to my skin doesn't make me feel anxious about the situation either. It's about your medication. So you ever been that long on your current medication, there might be some unexpected side effects which may require a dosage or even changing to other kind of medication. So we'll do a few tests regularly, but what I want is for you to keep an eye on everything in your condition that feels off. If you get what I mean, national headache, anything, and come see me if something happens. Alright. So how are you? Everything fine? I give up. and drop the cane to the floor before answering. Apparently, this takes longer than my husband can handle. I'm about to say something generic and I didn't say it, but then I realized how often I've been done that lately. Other people have asked me that too. Teachers and students here, my parents, visitors, nurses, doctors in the hospital. Everyone seems to be concerned about that. It's naturally for a hospital, not so much for school. Except the school. This is a small school, and both of the students based in the French school seem to be very entirely. At least that's the feeling I'm getting. This is not the kind of school that gets transferred to students too often. The thought sent a bridge up on my, but I gave a game trying to get his answer. Anyway, that's great. Also, one other thing. My sources tell me that you've been at neither the school track nor the pool, so I'd like to know if you have taken any exercises I asked. Course I hasn't. By his way of anchoring gives me the feeling that I should have been running my butt off on the tracks. This is the very first day. See? You have people spying me? As such. I just happened to know a few people, but that's not the issue here. So don't try to slip out of it. Well, I was actually just doing some propulsive weighting and lifting as I exercise. I pick up and lift the cane up and down a few times. It was like some imitation of a bodybuilder, even though it's weighing down on my arms painfully. I'm sorry, but Rin is probably just so bored with this. Bro, she's just here. Look at her. She just keeps going back and forth, and just looking at us. She's probably not like, yo, do you like hurry or up? I got a prod charging to do. Did you give us a second? The nurse grabs me by the shoulder without waiting for Rin's permission, to which she didn't need in the first place, to directly aside. When I told you to exit us, I wasn't joking. I understand that you are still on your first week and all, but please do not ignore the importance of this. The reason I'm coming down to this hard on you is these habits are not easy to form. You promise to be more serious about this form now on? Um, I don't know. Hmm. Let me think. 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 Alright. You know what? Yeah. Why not? Yeah, I promise. Definitely. Stares me for a moment and then shrugs, smiling again. Okay, that's more like it. If we go to the school track tomorrow, you meet my spy, who probably has no clue for like to get you to if you want to join a bit. Explanation. See you around. He leaves. With the wait for the saying and no answer, and I walk to a room who has been waiting idly, leaning against the hallway wall and staring at the painted light fixtures in the ceiling. Even when I approach, she doesn't move her eyes from them. Are you getting medication for your art thingy? Are you listening? Comes on more recursive than I intend, and I can't accidentally lashing onto her. But even so, I don't really want to start talking about it. I just met her. I don't know her. It's not her business. The nurse seems to be happily anchored about conflict too, talking about that kind of thing public. But it's not Marin's fault, is it? I look about her. Suddenly, feeling a bit guilty, but Ren is just staring past my shoulder, crunching her head tilted like birds. Sigh. I don't know why this is so hard for me. It feels like that there's some kind of implicit lock that prevents me from being more upfront about this. And they're from my heart. That make you better? No, not really. just maybe a little less force. Ron keeps looking at me for a while longer, and she neither says anything further nor displays any kind of emotion I could experience. I'm thankful that she did that. That she doesn't. I think I'm still not quite used to all this. At the hospital, it was easy, but I still can't. But I still haven't stored my feelings about ever having to live a normal life with this disability. We'll leave the mini building in Ringland as it's onward towards the dorm. We stop on the small patch of green in front of the dorm building. Dorm is built on silently everly ground with a wall on a few trees that everyone has to circle around. Every time they said they come a girl, it's probably the only outcomes the sign of the school. The entire wall made of the same kind of bricks as the building itself has been covered with some sort of painting. Most of it is still more sketches, quick lines, drawings with black and white against the gray plasters that covers almost the entire length of the wall. Places to look at the bricks more finished. There are human faces and legs, hands. I can't quite say why the painting has its homework property. Stacks of what seems to be paint canes are arranged upon a rise beside the wall. See the left side. It's hardly off the ground yet. It's because I couldn't get in the mood yesterday, so I gave up and went into the minute. Instead, that was a sun morning. After work, but the guys from our class is helping. But the negative spaces is a base of the problem. It's easier to paint big areas if there are a lot of people with hands. The reach is better, and if it's faster too. She goes on tanking, of a tanking chint, waving a little with her arm. Whatever it actually is, the dumbest even though I got to the point already. The white con of her sleeve flaps around and makes me think it could be bigger sadder than it does. But it makes me feel out of place, like almost every tangible remover of the student basis, especially properties of has in the first piece of days. This girl doesn't know my dreamy feelings as the course, of course, or the fact that she just lost me a while ago already and just keeps on bumbling. So that's why I'm trying to figure out if there's something I need to figure out and to figure that out before it's too late and the hollow hopes is lost. Or that I hope be lost. Because paint has to be painted and then it has to dry it, then it has to be painted over the end with another kind of paint. Takes time. She finally stops apparently thinking she makes a comment statement that makes me sense. I think it's best to start from the top. So this is your project. You did this? Yes, yes. Of it? Yes. Nice butt. I stumbled with my words, suddenly feeling like I'd walked straight into the minefield of correctly incorrect Christians. It's okay. You can say I probably won't get mad. I blushed really hard. I don't really know what would be the right thing to say. If any, it feels that I'm way more sensitive than when it is, though. It's really awkward. Don't you want eyes? What do you paint with our hands? See, I'm gonna be fierce to talk to, right? With my feet. I get like like how? You lift up your legs, bro. I can do that. Let me. I have the switch right here. Let me try. Let me. Oh, oh yeah. No, fuck. I dropped it. You gotta quit guessing. Anyways, I don't think that does it. Maybe I'm used to that now. I can get my mind around the fact that she can't could be an artist, but seeing how adept she was to using her feet to eat the feet, I figure peeing may not be a problem either. None of us has anything more to add to this subject. The afternoon light works pretty well. I was afraid it would look too flat, but it's not like that after all. I think it's actually pretty interesting. I want to see what it looks like in dim light. Do you think it's flat? And well, paintings tend to be flat. Not like that, flat. You know, flat. Like some people are no substance, no meat, where there should be some. I know a few guys. Okay, I get it. But I couldn't really tell, and I'm not that good with the art, and I can name many artists or artistic terms, so I don't really have anything to say. When it shrugs her shoulders, without saying, suit yourself, without saying, and looks up at the sky as if trying to look for something up there. I didn't think I could get any actual work done, but if you give me a hand with the paints, I could do a little more before it gets dark. I wanted to get a, a hologram lamp, like the ones that they have at the sport track, but they aren't any. Weren't sure is quick to recruit my help, as was Shinshin. It really makes me feel that the festival is such a big project that every pair of hands is needed. Why not? I'm not really sure if I could be able to help it though. It just mixes some paints. You could do that properly. Do you have motor control problems like you know those people who have some? So really puzzles maybe? Not that I would know of. I got it. Heart thing has nothing to do with that. She gives me a sly look for no reason. No, it doesn't. Let's do it then. So she sits on an empty wooden box, very naturally picks up a wooden white brush between the toes of her bare right feet. I open a few of the cans and pour some of the containing into shallow bowls for mixing. The thick paints flow easily from the can to the bowl like syrup. I mix them, creating funny, hypothetical looking swirl painters that melt quickly into each other to form a new right here. Rinse the work every now and then, exit for me here with something or the other. She wants to present down to the last mineral before she is satisfied, but her instructions are expert best. And I'd have a splash of green. I crush on the pick up the can of bright green. That is green. This green. I carefully pour some of the green paint into the mix bowl. No, that's almost splash bash. More white. This green. A good color to add. No idea. You're the artist here. And if I smile appears in the corner of her mouth. You like opinion? No, it's just that I'm no idea. Guys, I'm a slow reader, so you just gotta bear with me here. It's okay because I just got an idea. I'm more white. With the exhibitors that pour a maximum amount of white into the bowl and mix it. It's looks slightly whiter. That's not good. It has to be like 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 the color. When you wake up and you know that you saw the meaning of life in your dreams but can't remember it. Maybe it's yellow. Despite the possibility missing a color like the change of the season or another nonsense that's being opposed to me, I found myself enjoying it more than I thought I would. Seeing a painting being born on the plastic wall feels like magic. I spend the moment I between mixing paints crashing down on the paving and just looking at her work. It feels slightly intrusive at first, like breaking some imaginary intrusive, but Rin doesn't seem to mean my one less bit. Maybe it's just in my head. Her entire presence emits a completely different air, so she patiently works the details, adding layers of paint on top of another layers of paint. steadily moving her foot across the wall to add new shapes. When I managed to produce a possible mixture of paint, the rare smile on her face that I only be rewarding. Apart from the few Apart from the few words when discussing paint mixes, neither of us says a word for the longest time. Even though short discussions soon evolved into a shorthand, both of us developing using word important to code words for farmers of paints they use, as if they were so many covers words beneath in sound. We stayed late until evening, until it becomes too dark to paint properly. Okay. The sound of an alarm pushed me from this slumber and into the unpleasant of wakefulness. I lingered under the blanket for a few minutes to get that energy to rise up while making excuses for why I already haven't. Honestly, I wouldn't mind staying here for all day. School is surprisingly exhausting after a long class. The culture was shook, so it's not faded. I think. So despite getting especially the skipping class is easy here. I don't think that they are going to let me get away with that easily. And the nurses bond to keep breathing down my neck with the talk of every researchers as well. So eventually I do raise swallow in the morning medication to put my own sock or clothing. Thanks to my condition, I was exempted from taking part or prove the gym class and Yukima. Cool. So I don't get issued with a gym outfit. I always to such a converter by wearing by my own soccer clothes as Katawa Shoujo. I can't use them for that end anymore. So maybe they can get a new life live this way. A bit like me. After all, if I'm going to start to take care of myself, so I can afford to slack around. I'll start from the basic. Basics which includes keeping the rest of my body in shape along with what little I could do to strengthen my heart. Maybe then I could go back to do something approaching normal life or at least something where I'm less likely to fall over dead at any minute. I'm surprised to discover that I'm not the only person at the track. Not just that, but it's a face I've seen before. The prosthetic leg girl who battled me over in the hallway yesterday is running on the track lately with the Lexman Gazel. What was her name again? It was a short one, but I can't remember. She sees me running laps on a somewhat easy lope, her prosthetic leg clicking automatically on her hand into tracker service. I wonder what previously she asked for raining this early in the morning. Maybe it's something anchored to mine. And the nurse is reporting the poor girl to jog, just like he's supposed me. I certainly wouldn't be here if it weren't for my health. It's probably me to do so. And even with the things being like they are, it's only because I wanted to get it out of the way early. The fact that I would be least likely to encounter someone who would witness my pitiful attempts to get in shape with the maximum accident. I leave, but it seems to be forming no source of my own last lap. She wakes her Tuesday jogs over. Good morning. Your name is Isho, right? She grins, seemingly pleased that she remembered my name. You may not remember me. Emmy? Knocked you over in the hall yesterday? Could I forget and such an blatant extraction? Emmy has this directly apologized for a moment before giggling. Yeah, sorry about that again. Hmm. Well, so as you don't make a habit out of it, I was supposed to be fine. Right. I'm so she has realized I was joking. So the spy consult the nurse was talking about, is that actually you? That's right. Oh, what are you saying? Don't look like it could be spy? No. This is more likely leaf. I was afraid he would have summoned someone to watch my every move. Unless you are here to do exactly that. No, I mean for your reason. Nurse just asked me if I had seen a messy hair transfer student who looks like he, he lost kind of went on the track. So why are you down? Emmy strikes a dramatic pose. Training? For what? Track. Ah, I see. You're on the track team, then. Emmy nods because, yep, I'm one of the better runners too. And the modest about it too. And you should join them. It's good exercise, you know? I think that much activity is probably out of the question for me. Nah, I'm not even sure that I really like running around all that much. Plus, I'm just not organized in sports, you know? It's true. I never really got into that much into soccer. I mean, I run around with my friends and all, but that was really the only race I ever played. It wasn't for glory to be found on the field, that's for sure. I mean, seems to be my meaning. I see. Not that into the whole organizing nation thing. But now that you're here, I guess we're going to run together, huh? What? Uh, sure, I guess. Let me seems pleased. Are you gonna warm up? Real man, don't warm up. Oh no! You wish you were remember bad hand he show. Whoa, back up, please. She scores me after, but then smiles and leans closer. I hate warming up too. Please back up. She has some. I can not even have to stretch my legs. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna do route. Bro, that's a kid. Oh wait, I just looked up. She's 19, and I'm 60. It's weird. Anyways, let's go. So we both took off around the track, and I can immediately see that she wasn't lying about being good at running. Emmy was politely throwing herself into the run with such a wild abandon. I find myself so concentrating more run properly. He inspired, right? And something about him on the balls on. I'm sorry, what? Hitting on what? My balls? What the? I'm sorry, we're hitting my balls. I don't feel comfortable hitting my balls. I tried to match my stride. Emmys, Emmys. I mean, gosh, but it's pretty difficult. Apparently, I'm not even very good at it. I need to stop getting distracted and seeing people's stuff on TikTok. I'm really not feeling up to more than a couple of laps today. I'm slow to walk pretty quickly. Excuse me. And me keeping running. It doesn't seem to notice I've stopped until she passes me a second time. She quickly skids to a halt, breathing steadily, contrary to my almost somewhat gasping demeanor. Finished already? Hang my head ruefully. Yeah. I'm not very good in shape right now. Emmy nods and lingers at me again. She seems to do a lot of smiling. Well, the pretty thing is you started, right? Next time, you just had to try a little longer, and then longer, and longer, and eventually you'll be great. I'll keep that in mind. But I think right now I'm going to get ready for class. Showing you, I'm gonna show some country. Nah, I got plenty of time. I noticed that she's not wearing a watch. Are you sure? Another careless shrug. Not really, but I gotta finish my routine. See you later, hey Sean. And yeah, see ya. I'm not sure whether this meeting experiment was a success or a failure, but I'll admit that I do feel slightly good about getting out of there this morning. And like Emily said, I just need to keep at it in order to get better, right? Practice makes perfect, or something like that. It's not at least to feel I have taken some semblance of control over my own health. I'll have to try to keep this up. I head back to the dorms and wash and change into my uniforms, trying to resist the urge to take a really long hot shower. I'm tired from all the running, so I just want to unwind, but I don't want to break my slowly building routine of getting to the school before the money rush. After taking a long shower, a rice shower. Anyway, I dry myself off and get out of the store pulling my clothes. Oh, 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 Kanji! No, this is Kanji! What, Kanji, what are you doing in here? Yo, 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 Kanji, get out. I am showering. What are you doing? What? Yo, Kenji. Yo, bruh, for real. Like, get out. Get out. Yo, stop. Bruh, get out of here. What are you doing? Bruh, Kenji. Stop. Get out of here. Yo, yo, bro, like for real. Get out. Please. Stop. Kenji, Kenji, bruh, I don't care. I'm skipping this scene. Bruh, stop. Get out of here. Bruh, Kaji, dude, homie, dog, stop. Okay, thank God. Kenji, never do that again, or I swear to God. This is the time. I'll never get back. I'll never go through somehow. Right now I have to get to class. I'm the first person to class today, although I think I'm a little Too early. Then again, sitting alone for 20 minutes is sure beats having to suffer that time with Kenji. The combinations of friendship, frustration, and boredom starts making me feel a little tired. I black out for a second. I got both my hand hits the surface of my desk. Remembering forward, I realized this is a good reason Nancy to stay up for now and stop coming to class so early today. Later. Eventually, I hear tapping outside the hallway, and Lily's tail tall figure appears in the door. She is not in the class, so she must have some other business. Maybe she's looking for Hanako. Lily stops at the door, looking hesitant as if she was a vampire who can't come in unless invited. I considered doing so much of it, the woman's just standing there. She steps in an normal corridor of the stranger's skirt and the shirt collar as if it was important to take a break when entering a classroom. Excuse me. She calls me into the quiet classroom. With a problem giggling voice, I realize the silence must only further because of her blindness, so I break her. Good morning, Lily. Yisha. Good morning. I didn't hear you come in. Wonder if she thinks this is suspicious. I didn't say anything of her to her before. It's likely if I were to do big a line out, I was thinking. I'm sorry. I still can't get it all over. Why? Why did Ken just show up in my shower? I was already here, just a sleep until now. Oh, have you seen Hanako today by any chance? No. She seems to come in and only just before the bell rings. Or after that, do you want me to tell her something for you? No, it's fine. It's strange, but I thinking we're the only two people in the school right now, and I didn't hear anyone else on my way here. Shouldn't have gotten up so early today, I guess. You're charging yourself for doing something that other people should. Eventually, it's a good thing. I think so anyway. It's a very busy morning today. The festival is coming up soon, and today is the very deadline for every regulatory budget reports and other official paperwork. It could be that everyone is trying to complete the necessary formats at least the last minute. Maybe that is why it's so quiet today. Hi, hi. Isha pops into the room with Shinshu, as if we don't cue Shu with the loudness that makes Miss Will flinch. Hi, Icha. Hi. Look at the class representative. Hello. Only smiles. Probably amused by it. But amused by me, Sisha, or Shunshu uses of the word look. Good morning. Of course, you're not the representative of the class, right? I'm not. Lee seems to be more guarded in her answer to Shinshu than she was with me. The other day, I guess they really don't get along at all. And I realized that Lily might actually not know since she was president and she's just trying to detect whether or not she is. To know who she's talking. For all she knows, she's talking to Misha, but knowing that she and Shinshu are perfectly inseparable, she might expect Shinshu being the one that actually talks. Damn, how complicated I decide to help Lily out for my own peace of mind more than anything else. You heard earlier, Shinshu, you were here even earlier than us. Misha puffs out her cheek angrily. Why is she getting angry? Does she feel emotional on Shishu's behalf too? It's not that weird though. Since you didn't like my little comment, it's true I was just here earlier then, so me seeing something like that could definitely be a misperce as anything. Especially this is Shinjuni, who doesn't have the benefit of having the tone to Genshin intent. Regardless of when whether or whether or not, I shall apologize. Excuse me. Gosh, she's silent. What's that? What was that? What was that? What was that one loud? But you hasn't already moved on. Man, I really need to stop eating before I record. Gosh. Yes, of course, my queen. I don't know what you said, but of course. The festival is coming up, in 3 days, right? Every other class has already handed the projected budget reports for their events. Even for the first two, except you. Wahahaha. There's still time to hand it in, isn't there? Ooh. Bruh, listen. Dude, why? Since you need. Look, what did I do? My queen! Did I do something to upset you? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Today's deadline is today. I shouldn't taking the time on you if I had it in my way. And if I had all of the necessary paperwork days ago, but someone had this say the deadline. Please extend. Yes, that was me. Playing something on the scale is not small talks, and a week is too small time frame to expect a whole class to work out to just home time of frame to expect a whole class to work out such a complete issue completely. I'm sorry, I had to. You wanna know what's harder? The disappearing the funds for another class event? Handling this mail matter for every class of the day. And so, the one who does that is me. You should put your hands on her hips and stands up straight. Wow, she really is getting into the role. Lily doesn't look like she's very used to him. Hey, Sinchuni, are you being a little too hard on her? That's the whole day left. Please, said Show, it's alright. Lily seems happy. I'm taking her side. But a big conflict that might not think she could take care of herself. This is about the budget, then I'm disappointed. You think I have forgotten about it. I understand how important it is. Then, can I have it, please? Since she might not have it on her under the same second. It's not here right now. I asked two students to take care of it for me. Students from my class. She emphasizes the last sentence, much to my surprise. She knows about the Shin Juni and Mischievous efforts to roll me into the student council. I guess Wordsworth must have gotten around. So now she's using me as a ammo against Shuni. Just get better and better. It's your responsibility. A bunch of reporters is something you should just be taking away. As a class work, it's your job to be on top of things. This kind of discussion for paper boards is really just terrible. They completed it, being capable of doing so, but the student have been sick recently, so they could not come to school and give it back to me. If you want, I will apologize on their behalf for getting sick. Okay. Really, don't they live here at the school? That's a 5 minute walk, you know. Oh, they possibly have that prevents them from taking 5 minutes out of their busy life to drop off something that would affect the enjoyment of their higher class. Lily opens her mouth to say something, but Shinjuju closes the gap between them and starts sighing forcefully, waving her hands like an ordinary conductor. It's a trust their best to confine the same passion, but can't seem to lose her normal cheerful tone. The result is so material. What's with that attitude? I said that this is something you should be delicate away. Are you the class representative or aren't you? Tell me the names of those two students. They should have your job if you can't even handle something that this is simply yourself. One form is the full extent of what I'm supposed to take care of. Lily's tone is growing slightly impatient, but she is doing a good job of not letting Shinju see how unsettled she's becoming. She's playing her cards close to her chest. Shinju, on the other hand, wraps her fingers cheerfully along the edge of her glasses, knowing Lily can neither hear nor see how excited she is. Of course you do. So much class rep. It must be difficult being you. Lily tightens her lips as Mashu's words clearly understanding the intent behind them, even though Misha delivers them without even a hint of the sarcasm which they were meant to have. Lily, Shinju and Lily don't like each other. Much is clear. But this seems a little much. It just seems Lily has a nut off and is ready to push back. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, was the painting shot really necessary? I was actually just discussing the budget of report. Wait, okay, you know what would be funny? I don't know Japanese, but what if I just say a bunch of gibberish? It makes it sound like Japanese, okay? Okay, the painting shop, please. The air between me and verbally at the heat of their entire, well, not really, they can't disguise it anymore. Even Misha looked like she's beginning to understand the real nature of this conversation. Ishan, don't you slack off either. What are you talking about? Aren't you trying? Aren't you taking part of the festival, Hishan? You are, aren't you? And I hope you're going to do a lot more than make sure it goes smoothly than the person. Hey, I'm a new guy, remember? It's not like I'm doing much if I wanted. That's right. You shouldn't expect a transfer student to jump right into it on his first week. Only taking my side I feel is not becoming so I decided to back her up too. You know, you've been risky with us both. Uh-oh. Wait, did I say her? No. No! Excuses. Miss Class Rep had plenty of time to deal with her report. And your parent repeatedly offered you a position to help with the student council work, but you refused to commit yourself to make the manifesto a success. Yeah, but as I said back then, I'm not sure if I don't know have time for this right now. No matter what I do, it will me being drawn into a comfortable situation, and that is what she wants. Whatever, forget it. Turn back on the Lily. Class is going to be starting soon, so we can talk more later. I'll tell Hanako you'll be looking for her. I can feel such a freezing. Maybe this is the first time she has ever been ignored in such a bland manner. Thank you, Isha. I'll leave now then. She gives me the sweet smile I've seen all week, and turns on her ears to make the exit. As Lily walks out the door, I suddenly start feeling reckless about turning to face Shinshini. I can feel her eyes burning into my back, and keep bearing myself to look at her. She must be furious. I keep explaining Misha to say something to avoid the tension, but it isn't really wanting too much. In the end, I go back to my seat and listen to the sound of Shinju's footsteps. As she marches out of the room, she doesn't return until a few minutes before classes. Did I upset her? Oh, I didn't. I didn't mean to upset her. Oh, wait. Hanukkah does come to the morning class at all, leaving her seat looking empty and lonely in the back of the classroom. I had to tell doubt that Lily was looking for her if I see her. The events of this morning class is pretty boring. In comparison, I turned at the pages of my textbook lazily. I have a bit of catching up to do. Despite trying to keep up with my studies at the hospital, but I'm not feeling that about it. The clock at the front of the room sounds unbearably loud. The teacher hasn't said anything in over 7 minutes. Instead of opening to cover to the board and rows off, I coincidentally take it directly from the book. The rambling clashing of chalk and blackboard seems to be synced perfectly with the ticking of the clock. I set the copy down to coincidentally just to pass the time, even though they are right. They're in the textbook. When the bell rings, I'm not in a hurry, because I have nothing to do, so I stay for a while. Reviewing what we covered in class today. I prefer to leave last. Excuse me. Anyway, so I don't have to deal with crowding in the hall. I know since you Mitsu also staying behind, talking to someone from another class. Since you sang science class, that her hands making notices is like sort of cutting through the air. Maybe that's the part. This is there is pent up anger in there. Misha is trying to dress her to keep up, but it's clear she can barely manage to even understand her. Up my head there. Whatever the disgusting looks like serious business. Since you signs, to the point where her wrists crackle and Misha struggles to spit it out in word form. Sometimes she trips over herself like she's dealing with tongue twisters, and then on top of that, she has to sound back anything the other girls say. Seems like a rough job. She looks tired, like she's about to faint. Like for her, their business is soon finished, and the girls sit down in the seats again. Oh, I'm so tired. She's hanging her head, sleepily on her decks, looking exhausted. I use this opportunity The clink would singe you a bit without getting roped into the student council thing again. Though I suspect that the door is now closed for me. This profession must be tough for you. Indeed, the people in the school seem to be taking the festival very seriously. Whenever I see people idling around before and after classes, they're always talking about the planes tour. It's kind of neat to see everyone being so thick about it. Probably the one who doesn't have to do something. Since you scoffed at me first, I'm trying to decide whether to ignore or sneer at me. But in the end, she's just sighing without doing either. Misha peers up looking at her hand with silent and focused eyes. Oh wait, she's mad at me. Never mind. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to mind. I'm sorry you. She sighs with the harsh, heavy, dramatic strokes. Misha translates her sighing into speeches for me. She does it so well. Someone like since she was actually speaking, transmitting her thoughts trickling through Misha. She must have practiced it for sports willing. Well, of course, when the student console, so we're pretty busy. No, she's mad at me. I'm sorry, my queen. It's an important duty of ours to ensure the success of festival with all strength. I'm, I'm sorry. We would shame ourselves in front of the past so soon cause a generation shift if the festival were to fail. That's why there must be no flaws, no error. I think that was a criminally nothing that might make the festival short of this perfect. Shinshuni passage speeches and messages tackling a really oddly feeling for them. Oh, hello. Look over my shoulder and see Hanako, peering dreamily into the classroom, most of her body hanging behind the door. Hey, blinking look again? Hanako blushes hard and makes a straightforward jab, even if it was only a jest. Shinjuru stares at her, probably causing Hanako to look down and staring to back it away, to the point where only her fingers could be seen warp nervously around the edge of the door. Maybe she is showing her dislike of Hanako by associating her with her dislike of Louis. Appears so, and I got from notice as well. What is it, Hanako? Sorry, hasn't seen Satano. She came back in the morning with cereal. Hanako keeps looking earnestly at Shishuru, who stares back at her with her usual stunning gaze, where she's trying to do. Of course, Sinjuni isn't going to look away, and she understands and timid enough as it is, so I can only imagine how terrified Hanako would be. It is a little watching Hanako's reaction to Sinju's normal behavior. This is what happens when two people of two different extremes meet, it seems. Do you know where she is? If she has any sense in her head, she's in her classroom, working on that festival project. But who knows where the woman is wandering at? You need to find her? She was looking for you in this morning, but I guess you have to miss each other. She looks a little without answering the same question, looking off like she's not sure if it's proper to answer such a question. I could come with you, if it's okay. Haruka nods frankly, still on her shoulders stiff like wood. I could get the feeling that she might be more comfortable by her side, after all. But it's too late to back off now. She has This really troubled expression she seems to wear almost constantly, one that makes me constantly be on guard. I wonder why. I kind of understand why she always seems to be worried, or maybe more like why there could be a person like her, but I still have no idea how I should act around such a person. It's certain time soon. Are you planning to eat with Lulu? She nods slightly, so she must have been trying to get in the cafeteria. Well, there's something of a dinner crowd, just like the cafeteria. It's crowded during lunch. It's not as bad, but disgusting because dinner time is longer than lunch hour. But I can't understand why Hanako would be discouraged for going in. I picked up my bag and we take our leave. Hanako skips a little to meet my answer pace, so I slowed down to match her speed. It doesn't take long for us to be walking at a comfortable pace down the hall. It's almost it almost feels like we're going to stroll together. Something that I can say I've already done before with a girl. Anaka, who doesn't seem to be thinking the same thing though. Even though we are walking at the same pace, she never comes within arm's reach of me. I guess she's still a little uncomfortable around me, given how shy she is. It doesn't seem to be much helping, eh, at least for now. By the time we arrive at the cafeteria, there is not much of a crowd there, but Lily is nowhere to be seen. Hanako seems even lower than usual. Have you looked somewhere else already? Just the library. I was reading. So she does best in the classes. She skipped at the library. Ah, so not exactly like a thorough searches there. Well, if I have to guess, she be in her own class less like she chooses it, right? Right. With the silence and nods, Monaco agrees with me more easy. Good. Oh my god, excuse me. Goodness. Gosh. Dude, I'm doing this in front of a girl. Pull yourself this, go there. Good, she's being so awkward. It's like I need to double over a sick glue. With panic to even begin interacting with her. Some small talk might help become a bit more used to me. It's hard to tell that the silence between us is hovering on the edge of both of our minds. So you and Lulu usually hang out together after class, right? Yes. I'm not quite sure what I expected from her answer, nor why I even asked the question that much. It's rather obvious, after all. She doesn't seem like the type to come in a social circle either, so I suspect that Lulu might well be her only friend. Must be pain. Being a different class, I'm guessing. She gives us a sharp, almost relaxed nod. Compared to Lulu's careful thought about her actions and speech, Hanako has hesitated to make her answer as prompt as short as possible. It's by the classroom, but she's busy. She gives a small smile as she says it, eventually appraising the fact that Lulu goes out of the way to help her. It's pretty cute, really. There isn't any need to say more. Both of us contacted that the discussion reaches its end. As we ascended the stairs back to the lobby, we are meeting a group of students hanging downstairs like a school of fish moving from one field to another. They seem to be get, they seem to be keeping mostly to themselves, but before I can notice her doing so, Hanukkah has moved around behind me. Yeah, you were right. Just, just keep going. As soon as passes us without much as a second glance, and Hanako takes up a position to my side again. As we enter the building, her motor recovered from her anxiety all but smashes away. Even as we climb towards the third floor, she doesn't seem to relax. It isn't as if I've never known a shy person, or even shy girl. But Hanako seems to be pretty far beyond what I call normal near here, and here for of other people. If it weren't for Lily acting as a mentor, I doubt Hanako would have even been able to walk beside me like this. She seems to completely shut down in the presence of others. The rest of the walk up to Lily's classroom consists in strange silence. I rule her inability to socialize us all. After we make our way up to the stairs, the noises coming from Lily's classroom is audible. We're halfway down the hallway. I wasn't expecting she didn't at all. Well, I guess we found her. It wasn't hard. Did Hanako come here first, then come to me for backup? I wonder. Well, if that's true, then at least she's starting to trust me a little. That can only be a good thing. Eventually, the two of us reached the door to class 32. With Hanako less than subtle, positioning herself behind me, I opened the door. Inside is a hive of activity, seemingly every student in the class talking at once as they work heartily on their attacks. Going by the paint canes, the record in Bane is being made. It must be for the upcoming Skull Festival. Guess my first priority should be finding Lulu. They're finding her on my the dim. It's surprisingly easy, not the easy but it looks. With a couple of students gathered around her, she sees as a friend of the school. She seems to be in charge of her petition, or at least busy organizing them. Carefully organize a path with the first students hunched over to the floor to lack of disgrace. I raise a hand and turn on my brows as we finally reach Lily. Hi, Lily. She perks her head up as she breaks off talking to another small girl who must be her classmate, trying to listen as best as she can. Sorry, who? Oh, sorry, Hisho. I have Hanako too. Hi. She's pretty skittish, considering the number of people around, and it isn't too hard to work out why. Lily takes a moment to pause to assess the situation before turning to another student once again. For the moment, she's asking more for his advice. Kenji's busy with painting one of the banners already. I cook it on, and she bounces off. Fingers carefully slinging this off for the Honkai. Wait, Kenji? That Kenji? I quickly turn about me to the side of the pass to see past Hanako. Sure enough, in the corner, Kenji, hunched over, and Shida closed as he paints it. His eyes remain only inches from the brush and remind me of how close he had to become to make out my face when I met him. Sorry about that. Our class doesn't have many students with patiently eyesight, so they're kind of mean. That's right. Class 3-2 was specifically for students with poor vision. Preparing for the festival must be persevered for them. On your hand, I could give you help. If you need some, maybe Hanako could too. A chance to set her mind on something would do her good, but I doubt she has the courage to act out right. She quickly nods and afterwards, so I'm confident I made the right move. Lily gives a noticeable sigh of relief. Ah, that's good. This might get finished before everyone goes to dinner. Would you be able to help the person painting the main banner? It's a big task for him to do, but nobody else can help. Genji? Sure. She seems surprised that I know. I can't really blame her. I take you met our rooms in the dorm, right next to each other. To miss each other really. Well, it's good to see you guys. You're getting friends so fast, friend. I wonder if that's the right word used for him. Hanako silence during the proceeding reminds me of the reasons I put her up to help them in the first place. Well, we'll go help them. He knows what he's doing, right? That's right. Just ask if you have any problems. Actually, and Harrison Hanako began another circle across the classroom. Kenji sits crouched on the floor, his gaze fixed on the white collar in front of him. Hey, Kenji. No answer. He continues dragging his paint-soaked partial across the left hand from Kenji. Painted kanji that sketched on the sheet of pencil. Kenji? What? Who is it? It's the way it's the way he treats the class members. It's no small wonder why if he's working on this alone. It's me, Hasha. Right, I know that, man. What are you doing here, though? This must have an attitude annoys me. He must be the type to really get focused on his work, hiding to be disrupted by anyone until he's done, I suppose. While we talk, the sound of Hanako's footsteps as she walks out from behind me reminds me that she's here. I was gonna. I was just going to help with that banner. Hanako and I, that is. Oh, hi. I guess that's okay. As soon as Hanako answers the question, his demeanor takes a complete about face. His son physical base is so insane. Oh, right. Woman. On second thought, this might not have been a great idea after all. Hurricane and I gradually settle down on the opposites of the closed bed and Kenji, nothing but several small paint stains on the ground around it. Last way to Nono's stall. You guys setting moods at the festa Sunday? Yeah, some stalls outside some. Some commendable nurtures. Nature sparks a few minutes of suspicion on my behalf. The tax act in hand comes first though. So how do you want to split this? We do borders, while you do tax, or do you want to switch this to do the borders? This is mine. You do borders. It's a surprisingly strong feelings on that topic. As I reach over to grab a brush, I notice how the color are debating between the colors to use. By the time I put the brush to the claw, she's already starting a delicate pattern. It looks like my idea of taking her mind off everyone has worked. With a dark blue stroke, the three of us silently get to work. Not be before takes not before Ken chased the adventures of Hanukkah's working to lead towards me. What's becomes for you though? Okay man, why are you here? Hanukkah just wants some help to find Lily, that's all. You apparently disapprove of my motivation. I get it. Looks like I mistrust you. You're infilling with them, aren't you? No one deep I call her? I should have guessed. Letting the troops sleuth by him would have probably been better than our allowing him in that case. Is that why you're here? Honestly, sucks. There's no better way to get entangled than getting in yourself. We're gonna stick together, man. That's a yeah. That's a dapo. That was cringe. We gotta stick together, man. It's a harsh school. Yeah, they're very harsh. He misses my very true meaning as he leans back satisfied. I'm sympathetic to his cause. I better get back to work. Finish. Because I'm too. Good job. Device con- connect up the lines of the patterns. Mine's being as close to copy as I can imagine. Like when I lever myself up from the floor and look around. Aside from Hanako and myself, there's only Kenji left. finishing off a sign as well as Lily and the couple of students talking among themselves in the classroom. Looking at my watches is no surprise it's getting pretty late. Need a hand? I offer a hand to Hanako, which she uses to get herself up. I say she does, I can't help but glance at her waist. Of her scars, her skin, and even to their just as how much of her body was burned. I feel pain and guilt about how she scoots over his wrist with her hand. It's good, doesn't it? She looks surprised for a moment before noticing I'm at the banner. It does. Her smile shows that she feels a slight sense of pride in the results just as I do. With the fuller moving nearer to fit the direction being placed on decks on shelves, it's much easier to get Lily out across the rest of the room. We finish the banner. I guess that's all we need to be doing. Lily gives an impressive nod. Thank you, he shall, Hanako. There's any way I can thank you. It's fine. Beats sitting in my room studying at any rate. I don't mind either. She nods before suddenly remembering one last person. Oh, is Kenji still here? Just just as I open my mouth, Kenji gives the answer from the other side of the room. Yeah, just finished. He carefully slices his sign onto my empty section of a shelf to dry, before quickly wheeling past us is out the door. See ya, man. Bye. The remaining two students say their goodbyes to Lily before taking their cue to leave as well, leaving only the three of us here. Well, I guess that's the separate room. I hope we don't have to do anything like that again. Or get past school time. Indeed, the class plans in this year were ambitious. Maybe too ambitious. This was nice though. She's right. It shows that a lot of work goes on to them. My, I'm sure a lot of us would be glad to hear that. At least now there's not much work to do until the festival itself. It's getting pretty late. Should we go? That's probably good in you. Are you gonna go back to the dorms while you show? Yeah, I guess I'll tell him. The nighttime lighting really makes the garden look quite different compared to the usual look of lush greening things that are much more calm. Being that it's too late, the lack of students around probably helps the odd one up or two can be seen scurrying to and from the dorms trying to be ink the, mo- the most out of the Percy curfew, but no more. All that can be heard is our footsteps in addition to Lily's cane, regardingly gently tapping to the ground in front of her. It's nice to feel to finally be able to relax a bit after the mad rush during school. Without even noticing, I let out a small yawn. Tired? Yeah, so getting used to the flow of things, I guess. The thing with Shinju took me kinda off guard though. I grit my teeth. A little out of the cane did mention of the rather public sped that said I do want to sort out what in the world was behind it. About that. I'm sorry about being so public, since you and I go back some ways. Her voice seemed slightly altered as she remembers Shinju, obviously unwilling to discuss it any further. I glanced at Hanako for her views on this, but her expression and expertly emphasized it difficult to read. Either way, I guess her apology for it is something even my curiosity goes on. I'll be glad once the festival is over in any case. The change of topics, the change of topics is welcome, clearly the thick air quickly. I can imagine my own school self festival were a lot more low key than this. Yamako stretches the idea of school community, so the staff flex to make our oh, and yet the students are the one who do the work with unfair world. Hanaka and Lily both chuckled in agreement, suffering the fact that none of the staff are around to hear grumbling. I suppose coming from a strict all-girls school could help me a bit with Yamako. Compared to Yamako, it's much more relaxed. I mean, there is like 40 boys, so I wouldn't say an all-girls school. But there is a lot more girls, that's for sure. That go way too towards explaining her well-birth relationship in any case. As we came up to the dormitories, it eventually comes time to leave for our respective rooms. See you later, Lily. See you, Lily Hanako. The two both give polite nods before setting off, as if to be expected of such an agreement. There's their staff member, casual patrolling around outside to prevent any nighttime shenanigans. Walking past it, I quickly stretch my arms and rub my neck, both quite swollen after having worked on the floor for so long before walking to my room. It feels good to actually have direction, though. After so long in the hospital, the everyday facts of studying homework and teachers seem almost a blessing. As if things continue like this. I turn to the nurse nagging voice in the back of my head. I set my alarm clock to wake up me up early enough to go jogging again. I made a promise I'm not gonna keep it. Besides, Emmy is bound to write on me if I don't show up. It's not all that bad. Okay. My morning alarm goes off, and I'm feeling about usually for a while. So I remember that I decided to give morning runs another shot. I don't know if this is my white gray say, but this determined to go. It's about my health after all. Sure, things haven't been great lately for me, but that hasn't made excitation so intuitively that I'm going to try everything I can do to stay healthy. Besides, it's all about asserting some kind of control of this thing, right? If I can manage that, well, I can manage anything. At least that's what I keep telling myself. Once again, it would appear that I'm not alone on my run. Emmy has apparently been here for some time. It looks like she's already worked up from a good sweat. Just when the heck does she come down here anyway? Oh, it's you. I'm surprised to see you go. What's that? Well, not many people actually manage to come back for a second try. She frowns, seemingly annoyed by passing thought. Like the rest of the track team, for instance. Still, in love. It was only supposed to be a volunteer basis, so it's not that big of a shock. And I guess it's pretty early in the morning. A shrug and suddenly appears that she's forgotten what she was talking about. The frown disappears entirely, and she seems to step back to her previous train of thought. So come on then. What? You're here to run again, right? Well, yes. So come on. I find myself suddenly grabbed and yanked at Thompson's track. Things seems to be set on mumbling yesterday run. That's it. That is, I seem to be struggling while Emmy moves with the arms. Oh my god, excuse me. Emmy moves with the arms that I found evidently. It's grab of bothersome to be so lazy and worn out. I know I should be patient. work toward things sternly, but it's difficult to stay positive about this. We were on the track and started on a circle up, and Miss used to have grown impatient keeping pace with me and begins to pull away. This is where I gave up yesterday. Will I be able to do more? I'll let Emmy with her own pace, and she doesn't show me mostly pulling half a lap against me and me. Listen, I don't blame her. I mean, it's not as if I'm really pulling up any sort of really fight out here, is it? So I'm just running at state pace, which is what I should be doing, right? There's no need to go pushing my limits at the stage of the game. God, this is even worth it. As we finish the second lap, I break off again. Emmy keeps going, and the Noma seems to be as if she's disappointed. That's stupid. I don't have anything to prove to her. Come to think of it, I've got nothing to prove for myself either. I'm just finding my aim and why I'm not a runner. This was probably a bad idea. Maybe there's something else I could do instead of this. Getting up this early sucks. Anyway, there's gotta be some more other way to keep healthy. Walking, maybe nice after walks. That sounds good. Running isn't for me. I wave at me and head back to my room. I'll think of something else later. Back in my room, the first thing I see is the familiar roll modification bottles lined up on the top of my dresser, and it makes me depressed as usual. It's annoying. I thought I was okay. I thought I had my peace with this thing gone over it. When I really did, I allowed myself to forget that I had a problem. Being here really reminds me of that reality. And trying to fight against it just hurts. Reflecting on it, going to do so much I've done to so for myself to get over it. If I allowed myself, my life has been might be different from others, but it's in a life of progress. It's how we're. I'm down to the usual handful of pills, trying to push the sun drizzly feeling out of my head. Then I prepare to head out of the classes as usual. As I step into the hallway, I notice Kenji coming around the corner, stealthily making his way over to his own room until with a large bag. As he sneaks past me, he's sounding like a ninja, hiding. In plain sight, I call to him. Hey. He jumps out at the sound of my voice. Oh, hey, man. And I notice you there. I'm really tired. I think it's more like he didn't see me, but that's the issue. Where have you been this early? Shopping? No, I wasn't shopping. Sometimes I have to visit the math teacher. Yeah, I figured it would be a good idea to find out when the next exam is, since he tells you in advance if you want. So then what's in the bag? I thought I'd go shopping. While I was outside, I need the supplies to continue the fight against the best venomous conspiracy. Okay. I thought you didn't go outside. I wear a hat now. As I did not point out that he is not wearing a hat. Awkward silence house between us, and then Keiji breaks it by pushing his door open, slowly releasing a crinkling sound into the air that only makes the moment seem more awkward. He sets the bag down inside his room and then closes the door. As far as went out, you're waiting to find out the test day, trying to take advantage of our opportunities that is bringing to him. I never started. Oh, I just wanted to know where the next test day was. I'm still going to take it, and to know, so I know what day I can afford to skip class. He usually sends out updates on that crap on my phone, so I had to step out and check it up on it. And why do you have to go out? when you can get in on your phone. I don't carry a phone. What do you mean you don't carry a phone? You mean you just had to leave it at home? No, I don't use a phone. I don't have a phone. Phones? I am no phone. Why don't you have a phone? I can have a phone. No phone, no. No phone. But, but he just said he steps out of class to answer the phone. Now he's saying he doesn't have a phone. It's confusing. I just don't like phones. Actually, I'm kind of scared of them. I don't know why. I think it's some kind of repressive trauma. Basically, when I hear phone, got nervous. It is my darkest secret. I have two theories on it. Either I have some fear of receiving some undefined, almost life altering doom call, or I was being with a phone in the past, being so bad I can remember it being bad. Well, where was where else could I get being with a phone that would make me unable to remember it? The butt? Especially logically, I feel very depressed now. Censoring this conversation is more or less over. Kenji opens his door again and prepares to head inside. Yeah, I'm going to sleep, dude. Have a good one. Class is going to start in like 20 minutes. I already did something today. It's too tired to go to school. Hey, you need some lip balm? I actually bought two because I thought the store had started selling official double berries. Thanks, but no thanks. Whatever, man. Swiftly enters his lair. Finally, letting me go to class. For a change, I'm not among the first ones to come to more class. Instead of almost everyone else seems to be here already. I recognize most of my class by their faces by now, though the names escape. Class goes on lazily. I think I'm starting to get the rhythm into the school. I even stopped worrying about taking notes or being overly attended. The first day I was pretty high strung in class. Mucho finishes his lecture about electricity earlier, but continues with a pause about the festival. So as you know, the festival is on the day after tomorrow. I hope everyone's projects is going to be successful. Have a good time. Also come Sunday. Please keep up the meaning of the festival in your minds. Games of fried food. Everyone burst out laughing, so did I. Yes, thank you, McDowell. What I meant was the reminder of this sentence is buried beneath the ring of the lunch bell. Everyone starts packing their things. Richard did the bits for a moment, but since almost no one seems to pay attention anymore, he gives up to sit down. It's crud! The hallway owner says credits and the hallway in this school probably gets most of the students having in the cafeteria. Yishao! I'm gonna make you a one-time and only super special lunch offer. Emily's homemade baked lunchbox and the privilege of enjoying this them in private with two bombshell beauties. However, we're feeling so peach that goes in the hallway and a remarkable feast. This is full of people. Emily strikes a fight. A very confident looking pose as though it's attempts to one up her own ridiculous, puffing out her chest and making the V for victory sign with her hand. Sounds delicious too. What do I own this honor for being invited? You sit there looking really lost and sad, so I thought you could use some company. That's probably the most depressing reason imaginable. So how about it? You're probably really lonely and will eat the awful cafeteria food all alone otherwise. Yeah. I'm kidding. Sure. I'll have your lunch off here with pleasure. Let's go to the roof. The roof. Why the roof? Guess that's where we eat lunch. Nobody go. I'll go up there, then she'll probably wander off. And then I just don't. And I just know she'll go on again. Because she never packs her lunch herself. Who will? Come with me? Without asking me a question or waiting a response, she grasps my arm and drives me to the hallway. Let's hit the conversation on the way. When do you have that extra lunch? Emma sounds guiltily. Actually, it's yesterday's lunch. I slipped in run at lunch and forgot to eat it. Oh, The stairway to the roof did look lit, but it's clearly been used recently. At the top of the spare capella with a missing padlock. I wondered who interpreted individuals would remove the lock. Emmy shoves the door open and steps behind, beaming into the sunlight. Oh, is it Ren? Suddenly, a tall black stranger appears out of nowhere, staring possibly in front of us. I'm flinching back in the story. Eek! Hello. Yeeps, you scared me, Ren. Wait, is she? Hello? Noticing that Ren is speaking to me, the man looks curiously at me. You two know each other? I look friendly at him. She's that friend of yours. Ren has turned her gaze towards the clouds drifting above the school. I didn't know you were this person, Emmy. The awkward silence lasted only for a few seconds. Until Emmy let out a tiny giggle, shrugging the coincidence off. I'm find he show for lunch. If you know him, that's just better. Oh, does that mean I don't get food? What did you find him for lunch without the lunch? I'm neither. I have for food for three. Thanks, thank you. They walked to the other end of the roof while I stayed at the clock tower for a while, taking in the atmosphere. It's open. There's nobody else but here. I guess the roof is not as popular as in the other schools. A few were run down benches and the tables are scattered around the edges, perhaps in an attempt to make the rooftop look less desolate. A small pebbles covering the roof right beneath our feet. I picked up the chain link fences to take a look at the school grounds beyond. Students are strolling in pairs of groups around the grounds of the cafeteria. A few delivery trucks. What type of school do they go to? I'm driving past the school towards the convenience store nearby. That's some somewhere a watchdog barks at a pass by. Somehow when I look toward the town center, the small town feel strikes me very strongly among their problem. The hitherto life sort of a big metropolis seems so far away and for here nobody has to run to catch a bus there. Life depends on them or get their senses overloaded by the neon lights or traffic jams. I feel surprisingly optimistic about this near life of mine. Looking at my new hometown, even if it's going to be mine of only one short year. Finding out about my illness and having to move away from home all comes so suddenly. I haven't had time to think about how I feel about it. When I out of the shadow of the clock room to the room, I feel a wind touch my back. The sunshine from a purple sky. A cool breeze sweeping over the rooftop makes me shiver only briefly. The wind carries the scent of the tree, the flower nuts, mung, and carrot sound like it used to just a few weeks ago. Emmy settles on the bench with Ren and the towel and produces one big and tall, two small latches from her bag. Come here, Shell. What are you waiting for? She's beckoning me to join them, making room. On the already small bench, I sat myself on the corner of the bench. Take it as little space as possible. It's pretty cramped, but somehow all three of us fit on it because of you. Emmy surprises Mrs. Giggle and places the lunchbox in front of Ren and hands another lunchbox to me. Here you go, lunch is promised. Oh, made no less on my press. Oh, this is real good. Thanks. I mean it myself when I came. Conversation dies off as I set off with the business of feeding myself. Taking a few bites, I glance up and notice Ren definitely opening the lunchbox and popping a fork into her mouth using her feet. Even though I've seen it before, I can't help but be impressed by Aaron Dixon. It's a reminder of the sort of places I'm in right now. Will I ever get used to the sight of this? I can't decide if getting used to such a thing would be a good thing or a bad thing, either. Does getting used to this place mean that I'm giving up on a normal person? Or does it just mean that I'm becoming more understanding to those around me? I'm distracted from my thoughts by the sight of Emmy tearing her into her lunch as if it had insulted her ancestors. Seemed pretty hungry. Emmy looks up, mouth half full, and swallows before nodding. The murmuring souls work up appetite, which is great, because then I burn through lunch pretty quickly. Let's me keep my girlish figure. Hope I have you loosed it. Become a man. I very nearly took on my lunch trying to laugh. It's a figure of speech. There's a figure of the running this morning too. Do you always talk like this? Talk like what? I think that answered the question. And never mind. So, I'll check out the game of this one. Let's make small talk. That's all without this question. What did you two eat? Macy's country to the lip. And you'll answer the question. Somehow, someone has in the apartment though that will complete complement each other. Well, so we were assigned rooms next to each other. Complete each other. Like shoes in a suit. Uh, and me could go some conviction. Oh, because she doesn't have legs technically. She she doesn't have arms. Put it together. And we got all our limbs. Get it? Ah. So I started helping Ring get ready in the mornings, and that was it. I mean, you can't help someone get dressed every morning and not get along. See, Ring charges this moment to interject. I have trouble with shirts. Right, this is very obvious. Really, kind of. This isn't helping. At least Emma seems to find the whole thing funny. That combined with the fact that Rin is genuinely curious makes me feel slightly better and yet confused. I mean, you got no arms, so putting a shirt seems like one of those things that would have been difficult. You know what? I'm just gonna stop talking now. Saying me loud trouble and long. And not saying what I suspect it means to be a strange man. I see. The conversation dies as the timer touches back to lunch. It's really quite good. And finishes the lunch, makes a continent noise. Ah, that was good. As she pushes herself while cleaning up her lunch. Ray speaks up. I'm thirsty. I forgot about that. Sorry. With a follow, she reaches into her bag and removes the Trudeau juice box. She tosses me one that appears to be a cranberry jerry. What? Cranberry juice. Cranberry jerry. Oh my god. I'm so cringe. Once you rinse, that appears to be some kind of strawberry milk. Completely. With pink color. Ski. And keeps an equally pink box of some kind of fruit punch for herself. Rain doesn't just straw through the top of her box and begins to drink. How? How? She doesn't have arms. How is that possible? Let's go back to her about how flexible she is. But this time, I'm keeping my comments to myself. Somehow, I don't think either Emma, Emmy, or Ren are the sorts of people to think twice about the way they work to the particular disability. Ren especially so. Indeed, she gives off the impression of being eternally unaware that she's missing him, any means at all. Whether or not that's a coincidence decision is another matter. I'm honestly not sure. So, Hisho, how do you like it up here? Hmm? It's quite nice. Actually, I like high places for the view. It's for finding me up here, and for the lunch too. Emmy Green is 1,000 watts. No problem. Feel free to eat with us next time too, okay? I won't make you lunch, but you can break up your own up here. No lunch service, I don't know. I mean, Loon looks mock offended. You take advantage of my good nature. The nerve. She goggles. Well, if that's your answer, I guess friend and I will just keep eating lunch all alone. I'm suddenly insulted by the most heart-rending puppy dog eyes I've ever seen. He says at me pounce. Kidding, I was king. Love to eat lunch up here again. Good location and can companies up to two. I may frowns a bit at my delicious okay, but seems happily enough that I accept their friends' features. I guess this makes us friends now, or at least acquaintance. The lunch bell again rings, singling a return downstairs. Ring, you didn't finish your lunch again. I wasn't hungry. If you don't eat more, you're gonna fade away. Rin shrugs. How? Oh wait, she has shoulders. Oh my god. As if this is acceptable rules. Come on, we better get going. The three of us head down the stairs together. Afternoon classes, once again I found myself without a plan for something to do after school, so I head to the library to read a couple of books I finished reading. Walking inside, I see there are about as many stations here as there were on Tuesday, all of them were facing from the twin slams. I try to pick the books I borrow into the room, into the returns slot, and the counter Yuko suddenly pumps up from behind it, quite startled from the banging they make as they hit the drum. Ah, sorry, you didn't mean to startle me. No, that's fine. It happens a lot. I'm used to buying it. Can I help you? It's okay. I think I know where everything is. Thanks anyway. I suppose I'll grab another book or two while I'm here. There's much else to do. After reading so much during my stay in the hospital, it's become a hard habit to break. I went down to the fiction section towards the back of the library, scaring bookshelves for anything to catch my eye. And as I do to the corner where Hanako had been the last time I was here, not really expecting anything to come out of it. Finally thought, though. Surprisingly, though, she was there. So I completely fairly thick book I decided against introducing on her like last time and get back to finding reading material. After the first amount of time is spent pressing the aisle, I finally decide on a couple books to get and slide them off to the shelf. With a minimum of fuss, I quickly walk over to the counter, check out my books, and put them into my bag as I walk out. By the time I leave the main building, sunset isn't too far away. A small trickle room and students remain, but the majority has left for the rooms and dorms. I guess you buy some supplies. I can't leave off the cafeteria food again. I just stay here. As I leave the gate, I make a few loose scratches, just trying to stave off the tiredness that comes through over the week. After passing through and rounding the corner, though, I see a suddenly figure walking down her towards this town ball. The color of her hair and tapping her chin are unmistakable. Lily! It's Lily! quickly walk up to her, which seems to catch her attention without knowing the say. Hi, Lily. She takes a moment to place the voice, slightly adjusting the face a bit more towards the source of my voice as she does. You sure? Yep, that's me. She seems to have a good memory for voices. The fact that she already actually remembered is a pleasant surprise. Good evening. What brings you here? Once again, she gives give a small plow. And once again, I'm replying the kind before realizing that I didn't need to do so. Just going to the town. You? My one of coincidences. Doing the same thing, eh? Hmm. I should go shopping on Fridays. She pauses for a moment, silently a little lost. That said, Hanako usually comes into town with me. No, not lost, but worried. The two do seem to be pretty close tabs on one another. It's kind of surprising that Hanako would just forget Lily like that. I noticed her reading in the library. She probably just got up a popular book. She looks with a smile of relief. Thank you. She also have doing that. About a reader? Right. She doesn't like being around crowd peace people, so reading away from everyone lets her relax a bit. Although she probably didn't intend it, I can't help but grimace as I recall my first meeting with her. Harley wanted to bring it up but remained silent as we continued to walk down to the quiet world. Tack, tack, tack. But the world burned with the cars and smoothly my crew curiously far behind us, with the quiet wind still leaves and the measured tapping of luminous cans against the sidewalk are all that could be heard. It's kind of nice, especially compared to the hustle and bustle of where I used to live. Before I know it, I've relaxed so much that a little lawn escapes before I can control it. Tired? Yeah, I've been running rank these past days. This is an understatement to be sure. Transferring into a different school would be bad enough for nothing like this. Well, hopefully everything should settle down for you. The festival's got everyone spin burn out, and you've been plop right in the middle of things. For a moment, I hesitate, but given her apparent tolerance for frankiness, I decided to express my final thoughts. I guess Yamako's is kind of different, though. I mean, if I was surrounded to think the isolation around, and not to mention the most of it was difference. It's kind of a whole different mindset. I suppose I'll get used to it, though, in time. She gives a matter of fact nod, apparently pleased with my answer. It feels almost as if she included me. A flock of students she shipped murmuring along with classes 3 and 2 in Hanako. Where's my deaf queen? Where is she? I need to apologize. I'm in her set. Looking on the bright side, one could to see as a chance for a new beginning. You should cherish the ability to make new friends. Let's hope I miss it. Nonetheless, it's good to have a place of altitude where such things, I suppose. I guess it's a good thing to take on. Walking down the road, she seems to become somewhat unsettled before I can ask what's on her mind. She seems to collect herself and speaks up about something else. So, where in town are you? Where are you going? That's actually a good question. I come to buy food, but the layout of the place is still totally foreign to me, and I tended to just wander around to see what I can find. But with sunset already approaching and nightfall not too far away, that doesn't seem very wise. I'm going to have X every directions again. I was just gonna go get some food, but now that you mention it, I don't really know the way. Well, now this is quite likely. I was just about to go to the convenience store myself. Looks like I'll be in your care again then. Thanks. Together we walk to the store. My pace is carefully slow to remain beside her. Cause spoiled to my thought, to my usual walking pace, hers is quite a bit slow, and I thought that was whatever the reason. Aura Mart. Yo, this store has aura. Yo, this store has aura. The Aura Mart. Without further ado, we make an orange set with greens from the counter. Mind if I tag along with you? Usually Hanako will help me, but seeing as if she's not here, it takes a moment before I realize what she means. Considering she wouldn't be able to read any of the labels, shopping without any help would be a big pain for her. That said, I can't shake the feeling that she had this idea since I said I was coming here. Sure, being a pleasure. I grabbed two well-used red basket. I grabbed two well-used red baskets from the small stack besides the entrance is heading one to Lulu. She lays on in the ground, putting her school bag and retracing her key and sliding it through the basket's handle before picking it up in her right hand. Wait, if she doesn't use her cane, before I could complete the thought, she comes beside me and pinches the cuff of my uniform in her tiny fingers. Is this alright? Sure. I have no reason except not to accept it. I can think of worse things than shopping with a pretty girl holding on to me, even if it's unnecessary. We never got our way through to the store, but not one of the of casual passing customers seemed to bat an eye. Considering how close Yamako is, I guess seeing students from there must be entirely normal for the local residents. As we reach each aisle, I could quickly check with Lily and find out know what she needs. I grab I grab it along with it. I'm looking for and put our items into the respective baskets. I guess this is the same routine Machine and Hanako follow every Friday. Right. All that's left is just the bread, and that should be more shopping done. Do you need anything else, Lily? No, this should be everything. Off we go then. But the quick shy trip to the bakery section will make our way to the treasure. The line thankfully is non-existent. It's not long before we both paid for our food and are at the door. As Lulu retrieves her cane and extends to it to a full length and waste a minute looking upwards at the night sky while holding both of our bags. We're trying to make clouds with my breath, but the summer heat doesn't seem to cooperate. Eventually, she just writes herself taking a quick stretch breath before taking her bags and leaving me too. You tried as well. The festival pro the festival preparations have been my group chat won't stop texting me, dude. The festival preparations have been completely chaos. Since you breathing down, my neck doesn't exactly help things either. Hey, she's only trying to get everything organized. Better now than later, right? I suppose. I'm going to join relaxing the town dance for certain. I guess the festival preparation issues must be their toll on both of them. We walk into a quiet street, talking between ourselves as we carry our bags, our food, and supplies from the store. Wait, what's this? I notice a very distant figure making its way towards us, sort of by the street lane. For a second, I think it's another man stealing from a class, but is he or should I say see? Gets closer, I recognize her quickly. Oh, it's no one's Rin. What are you doing out so late, Rin? Lee peeks her head, looking like she's trying to focus and listening more nearly. It suddenly comes to me, and I should probably interrupt the scene for her. It's Rin, Tsuka. I think it was the last name from the school. She stiffens at the name, gives a completely looking expression, something like a forced fusion of a smile and a paper cringe. I understand. I guess Lulu knows Lulu Rin too. Rin turns to look at us, looking terribly out of it. I'm not entirely sure if she recognizes either of us, or at least she doesn't know it. If she does, she looks like a zombie or statue, a statue of a person, a statue of a zombie. There's always some symptoms of understanding seem the light in her dark eyes. This is something she must react to. Rumpling once, very thorough. Hello. There is an awkward pause. Everyone waiting for someone else to say something. What are you doing in here so this late? I was wondering about that myself just now. Some people asked that just before I assumed they were wondering the same. I didn't know they didn't know. I asked, that's why I'm wondering. So that's pretty much it. It's a murder mystery without a murder. They were going that way. She turns, facing to her right in order to demonstrate the direction the other people went to, as if that was the point there. Then it rotates back. Like a mechanical puppet in one of those overly complicated cloak works. A person who gives an impression of being quiet type, or really does use a lot of words to say things that doesn't need a lot to be said. Unsure should she finish. I see nothing. Neither does Lily. She seems to leave off. Neither does. Who seems to rob of words for the time being. I think that both of us are, in fact, just scared that any response might provoke her to continue. Our stupefied lack of reaction doesn't face Rin at all. She keeps looking at us, expectantly a calm. But I'm so sorry. Sorry, my group chat won't stop texting me, dude. She's just being the kind of person also always so relaxed. As a bold elephant with grains everywhere overflowing and is in that place of blood. Do you have amnesia? I don't recall you ever. I don't recall you having anything of the sort, though. No, I don't. I don't think that's it. It's that. Also, the other past presbytery were probably just worried, though. You do look really lost. The way you're standing in the middle of the street. Oh, I see. Maybe I should have taken some other kind of pose. I'm bound for a while. Whether I should chase this thing, go further, or give up for the sake of my own sanity. It seems most of the time it's better not read too deeply into what Brain is babbling about. Talking with Mrs. Noir, I mean Ren, is like playing chess. How? With a supercomputer who does seemingly completely random moves, as if to mock. Everything you know about chess is just like that expect with human interaction. If I win, it feels like losing. Damn, it's just like Kenji said. If when I win, I lose. This is the power of the girls of the Yamaka. I pushed through to I pushed that thought aside. As to danger to consider further, it's probably just Kenji's anti-female propaganda getting to me during a moment of weakness. Yeah, maybe taking the pose might have worked. So anyway, you have no idea what you're doing here? She frowns, looking extremely displeased at either my question. Oh my god! Excuse me. My question, its consequences, or the answer she's about to give. I do have some. I I do have some idea. I can't really tell what kind of idea. That sounds like progressives, at least. Lee sounds as if she spotted an opening for some kind of discovering normal conversation. I can't say I share optimism. Yes, there are some. Definitely the rest will come later. I'm sure of it. I always have reasons. Assure. The assuring silence kids Lulu's hopes. Also visible that it didn't last long. And as far as I can tell, based on assurance decide what should be done. We could just leave to her turn device. But it's late, and I don't think we'll be getting anything if Fern gets found standing here in the middle of the night. Which is she probably will, unless she managed to remember what she was doing here in the first place. As for me, trying to guess what might be going on in her mind when she decided to break on that eventually the chances of being a part with the winning lottery. Several times in a row. Lily is oddly quiet too. I appreciate some support from the silence here, especially if she's more familiar with Werner than I am. But it can't be helped. Seems her familiarity with Ren is exactly why she's staying subdued. Her eyes widen and shine, and she jolted by back in a somewhat artificial way, making it seem like an act, a retrofit situation like, like this. Are you a mind reader? Is that your disability? How unique. No. But why would you think that? You know what? You know, you know what I was doing. And it was just an educated guess. Walked the same street in the other direction just before getting to the store. Oh, she looks a little disappointed. Like Kenji, Ren appears quick to jump to completely conclusions. Maybe it's something with the water here. I make a mental note to stock up on a soft drinks. You know, that's the second time this week that someone asked if I was a mind reader. Do I really give off that impression? And shrugs her shoulders, which is all the answers I get. You know, maybe you should just come with us back to the school. Lillian directs. That was rude. Lily, I was talking. You can't just do that. Lillian directs just as some of to further debunk my unconscious mind reader capabilities. She sounded rather concerned that the paper took thin smile in her face, badly discussing the fact. Maybe she came to the same conclusion as I did for everyone's sake. I decided to let the mind reading topic drop as it's Italian anyway. Yeah, Lily's right. If you can remember, some white stain here. Register this rather simply deduction for a moment and nods. Okay, we start towards the school again. I've been wasting more time than necessary with this episode. Rin walks along to the edge of the sidewalk in an amaranthine way, looking like a mix of sleepwalker and rowboat dancer, while Lily keeps one hand on my shoulder, tapping at the ground with her cane. Tap, step, step, tap, tap, step, step, step. Apart from that and a few Frenchman beginnings of conversation is quite, quite apart from the relaxing one into the tone of that. So how is the mule going? We're going back. We're going to get bad luck. Never talk about work in progress. I'm sure it will be more wonderful. Bad luck. Tap, step, tap, step. She doesn't care. Talk about it. Lily piningly feels out of place for the first time. Step, 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 step. A hill Yamako rests on top of it. It's surprisingly step. Going on uphill, we slow the pace, but I still feel my pulse rising, my breathing getting heavier. Almost there. I can see the gates already. More than that, though I noticed that Lily's hand slightly tightens on my shoulder, interrupting it as I suggested that she wants to ask something. Speak up. And they wrong, Lily? Her sister urged to say, aside from our traveling companion, but only just. For a moment, she ceases debate whether she should even bring it up, but goes for it anyway. Is everything alright? Alright. How do you mean? The fact I can't interpret her incredible final question puts her off for a second. It's just you seem unusually tired, I guess. Now that she brings it out, I notice that my breathing is strangely heavily. The uphill walk has really done a job on me. It's alright. I just need to catch my breath. My catch is just the best these days. Oh, something that is related to you being transplanted here? I mean, she cuts herself off, rather maybe realizing she was being a bit intrusive. Her instincts are sharp though. While I don't like the subject, it's not like I should lie about it. Absolutely, I don't think I mind. I'm just a little weak for the time being. Hanako said you look fairly healthy, so I naturally thought Lily doesn't finish her sentence again. As she fires her bow, Lily uncomfortable especially spurs me to say at least something to ease her feelings. It's surprising she's this flustered, considering her straightforward attitude with her own blindness. She must know that not all share her own comfort or best on shootings. No, it's okay. I have a pretty, I guess the best way to put it would be messed up a heart I'm through. I've had a hard time a while ago. We have spent most of the spring in a hospital and up in Yakuman at Dr. Shores. She certainly nods her head in a compliment. My answer, though, all seems to make Lily furrow her brow even further. She doesn't seem to quite know how to react, given we don't really know each other that well. I can't really follow her, given I have the exact same reaction. Ren, look at Ren. She did. She. She did. She did. She did. She did. She. She doesn't care. Look at her. Look at that face. She doesn't care. Why did she just care about me, people? Wait. So the time when Emmy and you collided on the hallway? Grunge silently, her ability came to the thoughts. quite so fast as is so expected. I guess, yeah, I guess I'm textbook simple by those rules were about running in the country's exist. It was a lot more dry than I intended. Lily visibly shies away from cutting into the topic. Rin does not care. Look at her. We're literally talking about me having a heart attack. Look at Rin. Look at that face. Look at that face. That face. You know she does not care. Don't worry about it. I tried to all over Richard smile, but then I realized overturningly, without knowing this. Lily smiles at me reassuringly, but doesn't say anything further. Arriving at the dorms, Riz stops in front of her room as a lightning strike her. She had been so quiet for almost all of the walk back then I forgot she was here. It's Friday, isn't it? Yeah, Friday, the 8th of June. Oh, that would have been crazy. If I actually did play this and it was the 8th of June. Like, wow. It's bad. Bad, why? I think I'm gonna go in the festival versus throw up. Possibly in first order. Something wrong? No, nothing is wrong. It's Friday. And nothing is wrong. Yet, this moral is going to need to be finished by Sunday. So everything is alright. Do you have any drugs? Or time machine? She's, she's, she, um, you're, this 18-year-old is asking us if we have drugs. No. Girl, I am, I'm only 18 years old. I do not have drugs. This is not good. Not good. So she's behind her schedule, recalling Saint-Jude expressing at Rin's carefree attitude several days ago. I don't know what to think. She has left herself open for told you so, unless she could pull off whatever she needs to pull off by Sunday morning. Rin keeps staring at her, more looking as mortified as she can. Leave me. I'm gonna need to work for a while. I can only say Lulu, expecting her to share an unexpected look with me as I roll my eyes, but then I realize she's not one to do that kind of thing. Leave me. We do, of course, not waiting to incorporate her any more than she already is. There is strongly bang for me gun. Ren sure has that big people being worried about her. She seems like a person who should never be let down. Well, maybe we should call someone. She sounded like she was going to shock or something. I'm so sure you'll just be fine. She just, how to say, Lee cocks her head a little, trying to find a polite way of calling Ren crazy without calling her crazy. Unique? Yes, a very unique question. I guess you could say that. She focuses on the national, mostly not the agreement. Sorry about leaving you stranded as you talk to her. Not really understanding her, so I keep my distance. So my guest was right. Lily offers us a slight apologetic smile as though she was so sorry that her own shortcomings have prevented her from becoming closer to Ren. I'm not the one to blame her at all. Well, let's just slip along break to properly discuss beyond. I imagine she's just exhausted by all this, as I am. I better leave now. And give this to Hanako. Thank you for accompanying me, Sho. She smiles, feels really mainly. It feels different. It's different than normal, despite the fact that she seems to be smiling so often. I kept on my finger on it. What the difference is, it's just different. Relax, I said, but that's probably just a relief we're getting rid of it, maybe. Yeah, good night. Say hey, now Hanako for me. I will, good night. Oh my god, bro, it's 1 a.m. The two roll into the classroom with ceremony session. Each and every one of them supporting the tired of people who have worked through the night. With only one day left to prepare, but it's not so surprised that they will have to suffer through. With only one two lectures into the classroom. An entire stack of was the students are the only people here that enjoy their life right now. Not saying a word, he scowls something futures the questions numbers on the board and slumps up down in his desk. It's completely anticipated for him, but it appears that no one in class is going to calm down on it. Or relentlessly, the student shuffle their textbook into position and get to work, not wanting to break the trend. I do the same. Lieutenant has made the class atrocious now peep its one. That can't be partly be attributed to the new empty seats beside me. For some reason, Misha and Shinshu are present, probably doing council work for the vessel. It's very quiet without Misha present. Wonder if she was born with as rowdy as she is, or if she is making up for Shinshu's lack of voice. Naka, can I speak for you? One more? I'm so gross. Gross. And thinking about Misha, I didn't even notice my approaching my decks. Sure, what is this about? It's probably better if we speak outside the classroom. Oh, okay. So my with this sound too good. I stand up and follow him out into the hallway. Mucho stands in the hallway, scratching his head as if he works out what he's trying to say. Not knowing what is going on, I was saying on. So tell me, how are things? Things? As I expected Mucho to be a little exfound, but this is pushing the limits. Things. Week to sell and now. So how are things? They're fine, I guess. See. And how is your condition? The pause before condition seems a little unnecessary. Never had any problems so far. A brief shimmer of relief passes across Mutuo's face. Good, that's good. The school nurse was a little concerned that you might have been pushing yourself a little bit too hard. He asked me to keep an eye on you when you could. That makes sense. I asked that you don't blow us off so freely. So really, as much as we tried to give you the level of education that you will get in a normal school. You have to realize that you have limits. Our goal is to make sure that you know where those limits are and how to maximize your potential within them. Do you follow me? I guess. I mean, I don't plan on doing anything stupid. Well, that's a start, I guess. So then, on to my next question. How are you finding your studies? I understand you were laid up for a while. We're not too far ahead, are we? I don't really think so. I tried to keep up ahead when I was at the hospital, so it hasn't been too hard. Mutual taps his chin and raises an eyebrow, as in he absorbs this information. Is that so? I suppose there are still students out there who realize they're patient of learning. I want to go that far. I wasn't only trying to get myself a cup to my title. Little life's support prison. Well, yeah, you got to keep up with these things, right? That's exactly it. One more move in this world and you're left behind, right? Yeah, right. Wouldn't want that to happen. No, you wouldn't. Every week there's a new discovery. Most of them mean nothing to the lab person, but any one of them could be the key to the next big thing. I'll keep that in mind. Well then, I think that's all I have to say. Let's get back inside, shall we? Relief at this. Sure, you're the boss, right? Me to pause this for a moment. I like that that's any of my students. You ever said that to me before? For instance, I consider replying to this, but something deep within me tells me to shut my mouth. I get back to the classroom. A few of the students jump, and the sound of the door rumbling, trying to pretend that they're working. The question on the board. Some don't even bother. Their heads slump on the desk as they nap. Thankfully, it would appear that Mitsu does not even notice them. Returns to the desk and retrieves his notebook journal. From one of the drawers, I guess I got to him there. The class returns to the near silence that Muto and I left it in before our chat. Mixed feelings of tiredness and, and tenders passion buzz around me. Everyone here is either waiting for a class for a chance to rest or the chance to get their last minute beverages on the way. The clock on the wall slowly ticks the remaining class time away until finally the bell cry out and the torment. Before you all leave, I expect the answer for this problem by Monday. The class size. It's one innocently grain slack enough, but still acutely aware of the more pressing on the hand. The classroom participants in the blink as everyone rushes to the last minute for preparatory issues. I stay behind and try to quickly finish the questions so I don't have to bother with it over the rest of the weekend, with the festival and all tomorrow. Apart from me, Hanako and Sips the only one left. Obviously waiting for Lulu. It's weird that Lulu comes all the way to our classroom to pick her up. I expect that moving around is at least normally harder for her than it is for Hanako, but it's none of my business. It's not my business and I actually don't accept it from Hanako, despite the Relative replicas or seats. Neither tries to strike up a conversation about the only thing else is the classroom. Time passes in silence. It's probably just 15 minutes or so, but it feels longer. I turn pages of my notebook. Hanako turns pages of the novel she's reading. My pencil leaves splinters against the paper just when I was about to finish this paragraph. The sounds of my ear to the side. The subconscious is fumbling around for a sharpener, feel like they work in the mood of classroom. Hanako keeps her eyes firmly away from our direction. Before long, Lily's tall figure appears in the doorway. Hanako? Her name is all it takes to make Hanako jump up from her desk to run to Lily. Wow. She ran, like, really fast when she saw Lily. Oh my god. They talk quietly for a moment, but it's long before Lily leaves down the hall, and Hanako is back into the closet talking to her seat once again. I watch Hanako out from the corner of my eye, out of sheer curiosity at the idea that the two will be separating. For a couple minutes, she does nothing but sit with her chin in her hand, staring at the desk. The boredom eventually becomes too much for her, though. Her, her slender, firm ring reaching into her bag and pulling out a small book. Come to think of it, that is the only. This is the only one. That is the one I saw her reading at the library. She must be a quick, fast reader to get through them at this rate. I'll really leave her to her devices. It seems to be quiet. Quite unfamiliar going by Hanako's reaction. Oh, that's right. I think Lulu mentioned something about going into town today before Ren bumped into us. The thought of the thought of that makes me look outside. The birds sang, and casually people wandering around enjoying the afternoon made me yearn to get out of the school or at least do something than sit here, giving into one of my worst fi- fix procra- pro, 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 procrastinate pro, 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 procrastination. Decided that history is a subject best study on Sunday on Monday or any of this one. I gave a grin as I lever myself out in the seat, briefly debating with myself whether or not I hang out with Kenji. He doesn't strike me as enjoying the nice weather outside with others kind of person. Really, I guess I'll catch up with them later. She texts up briefly to turn to there to have talking with Hanako. By the time I look at her seat, I think she must have left for the library. There's gotta be something that we could do to kill time. Go to the library. The library seems as a good place as I need to go. Hanako looked up as if she was taking. Pretty off guard by Lily. So she might want to talk too. Something in my bag over my shoulder. I make my way out to the classroom. I think this is where we're gonna stop. Because bro, it's 1 a.m. Um Let me save. Okay. And that concludes this episode. Goodness, this is a long one. 3 hours. Anyways, have a good day, everyone. Peace, peace.